Hello and welcome to today's Pillow Talk, where we're going to be discussing how much do you need for a down payment on a house. What is a deposit structure, you might ask? Well, in resale, you typically would give one deposit when you make your offer. And for the most part, in resale, you might be able to get away with putting 5% down. Now, in new build, it is very different in the sense that any builder is typically looking for 10 to 20% of the purchase price. The deposits on resale are expected to be delivered within a stretched out period of time prior to when the condo or house is ready for occupancy. Now, it's important to note, unlike resale, where you typically would give one deposit for the most part, for new build, you actually have a timed and dated expectation to give several deposits before you can take possession of your purchase. So every single new build is different and has different requirements, but what this means is typically any builder does request 10 to, I've seen about $15,000 upon signing the contract. After that, it does vary both on time frame and what percentage the builder is requiring, but you have scheduled payment deposits. Why I only recommend those who have a good amount of their deposits to get into new build is because with the deposit structures, it's typically 30, 90, 120 days after you sign the initial agreement that they're asking for additional deposits. And those deposits are a percentage of the purchase price, but they can easily be 20 to 50 grand a piece, depending on what you're buying. Now, if you don't have all of the money for each of your deposits, please note that if you default, you do go into a situation where you risk forfeiting all your other deposits. So unless you have all of your deposits and all of the money it would take to facilitate the sale of this unit, I don't recommend you get into pre-construction. If you are someone who really wants to get into the market but doesn't have 20% of your hopeful purchase price for a potential property, I don't recommend going with pre-construction. I recommend going with resale. There's nothing worse than potentially losing your deposits that you've already invested in a project that you no longer will be getting. Thank you for joining me here for this week's Pillow Talk.